Welcome to today's episode. In this session, we are going to explore how you can improve your English listening skills even while you sleep. Many people think that learning English is only about reading books or practicing grammar, but listening is one of the most natural ways to make progress. When you listen again and again, your brain starts to catch the rhythm of English, the sounds, and the common words. That is why I am going to share my daily routine with you in simple English. You can listen while you are awake, and you can also let this play while you rest or sleep. The goal is not to study hard, but to allow English to flow into your mind in a calm and easy way. So let's begin this journey together and follow my day step by step. Every morning, I wake up early when the sun is just starting to rise. The first thing I do is stretch my body and take a few deep breaths. This helps me feel fresh and ready for the day. Then I go to the kitchen to drink a glass of water. Water gives me energy and makes me feel awake. After that, I usually make a simple breakfast like bread, eggs, or sometimes fruit. While I eat, I like to play some soft English audio in the background. It can be a podcast, a short story, or even some daily conversations. I don't try too hard to understand every single word. I just let the sound of English fill my mind. Listening in the morning gives me a positive start and makes my brain ready to hear more English during the day. Even if I am busy, I spend at least 10 minutes doing this because small steps every day make a big difference. After finishing breakfast, I move on to my small morning tasks. I usually clean up the kitchen, wash the dishes, and make sure everything looks neat. I believe that when my space is clean, my mind also feels clear. After that, I prepare myself for the day by taking a shower and changing into fresh clothes. Even if I don't have to go out, I like to dress in a simple, comfortable way because it gives me energy and confidence. Once I am ready, I often take a short walk outside or stand near the window to enjoy the morning air. Looking at the trees, listening to the birds, and feeling the sunlight helps me stay calm and happy. Sometimes I also write down a small to-do list for the day, like important things I should complete. This habit keeps me organized and helps me avoid stress later. My morning tasks are simple, but they create a strong start for everything that comes afterward. After my snack or tea, I usually go for a short walk or stretch for 10 to 15 minutes. Moving my body helps me feel calm and prepares me for the night. Sometimes I talk to myself in English about my day, saying sentences like, I finished my work today, or I am feeling relaxed now. This small practice, even for a few minutes, improves my fluency and confidence. Then, I spend a little time reviewing small tasks for the next day. I write simple notes or reminders in English. This keeps my mind organized and makes the start of tomorrow easier. My evening routine is simple but structured, balancing relaxation and small steps of learning naturally. After my short morning walk and breakfast of fresh air and sunlight, I start my work or study routine. I usually begin with the most important tasks first because my mind is fresh and focused in the late morning. I turn on my computer, check emails, and organize the things I need to do. Sometimes I have online meetings or video calls, and other times I focus on writing, reading, or planning my day. While I work or study, I like to play soft English listening audio quietly in the background. It could be a podcast or English conversation practice, but I do not need to concentrate on it fully. My brain slowly absorbs the sounds and phrases, even while I focus on my work. This multitasking may seem small, but over time, it makes a big difference in listening skills. During this time, I also take short breaks to stretch or drink water. These small breaks help me stay active and maintain energy for the whole morning. By late morning, I usually complete one or two major tasks on my to-do list, and I feel productive and ready for the next part of the day. By midday, it is time for lunch. I like to keep my meals simple but healthy. Usually, I prepare rice, vegetables, or sometimes a sandwich with fruit on the side. While I eat, I often play gentle English listening audio in the background, like simple conversations or short stories. I do not focus too much on understanding every word. Instead, I just let the language fill my mind naturally. After eating, I clean up the kitchen and wash the dishes. I find that doing these small chores gives me a short break for my mind and body. After lunch, I take a little rest, sometimes sitting near the window or lying down for a few minutes. I do not sleep for long, just enough to recharge my energy. During this time, I might play soft English listening audio or a podcast at a low volume. This helps my brain continue absorbing English even when I am relaxing. Once I feel refreshed, I often take a short walk or stretch before returning to work. This helps me feel awake and active for the afternoon. I also review my to-do list for the rest of the day and plan small tasks to complete efficiently. The midday routine is simple, calm, and structured, giving my day balance and making sure I have energy for both work and learning. In the afternoon, I focus on completing the remaining tasks for the day. This is usually my most productive period because my mind is alert and organized. I start by reviewing what I finished in the morning and checking what still needs attention. Sometimes this includes answering emails, writing reports, studying new topics, or practicing any skill I am learning. I make sure to work in a quiet space where I can concentrate well. During this time, I continue to have English listening audio playing softly in the background. I do not need to follow every word, but my brain picks up common words, phrases, and sentence structures. This passive listening is very effective for learning English while I focus on other tasks. It feels natural and easy, and it helps me absorb the language without extra effort. I also take small breaks during the afternoon to stretch, drink water, or look outside for a few minutes. These tiny pauses refresh my mind and help me stay productive. Sometimes I talk to myself about the tasks I am completing, forming simple sentences in English like, I am writing a report, or I am organizing my files. This combination of focused work and casual English practice strengthens both my concentration and my language skills. By the end of the afternoon, I usually complete most of my important work, leaving me with a sense of accomplishment and readiness for the rest of the day. In the evening, I start to wind down from the day. After finishing work or study, I take some time to relax and refresh my mind. I usually make a simple snack or a cup of tea and sit in a comfortable place. Sometimes I read a book, watch a short video, or just enjoy the quiet. This is also a good time to play English listening audio softly in the background. I do not concentrate fully on it. Instead, I let my brain hear the sounds of English naturally. This gentle listening helps me become familiar with common phrases and pronunciation without any stress. As bedtime approaches, I start to prepare for a calm night. I make sure my room is clean and organized, and I turn off bright lights to create a relaxing atmosphere. Before going to bed, I usually take a warm shower, which helps me feel refreshed and ready to sleep. After that, I put on comfortable clothes and sometimes read a few pages of a light book or a short story. During this quiet time, I often play soft English listening audio at a very low volume. The audio might be simple conversations, bedtime stories, or relaxing podcasts. I do not try to understand everything perfectly. Instead, I let the sounds, words, and sentences flow naturally into my mind. This passive listening helps my brain recognize English patterns and pronunciation, even while I am preparing to sleep. It is like a gentle way to continue learning without stress. Once I get into bed, I make sure I am comfortable and ready to sleep. I keep the English listening audio playing softly in the background. The volume is low, just enough for my ears to hear the words without disturbing my sleep. While I rest, my brain continues to process the sounds, words, and sentence structures. Even though I am not fully conscious, my mind absorbs the rhythm and pronunciation of English naturally. This is a very simple but effective way to improve listening skills over time. During sleep, my brain works to organize memories and information from the day. By listening to English quietly before and during sleep, I give my mind extra exposure to the language. I do not focus on understanding every single word. Instead, I focus on creating a comfortable environment where learning happens naturally. Over time, I notice that I can recognize more words, understand sentences better, and even remember new phrases without extra effort. Sleeping while listening is not a magic solution. It works best when combined with regular practice during the day, like speaking, thinking in English, and reading. The key is consistency. By making this a part of my daily routine, I slowly train my brain to accept English naturally. It feels relaxed and easy, and over weeks, the listening skills improve significantly. When I wake up in the morning, one of the first things I do is mentally review what I heard in English while I slept. I do not write anything down yet. I simply think about simple phrases or words that come to mind. Sometimes I recall sentences from the audio I played, like greetings, short conversations, or common daily expressions. This helps me connect what I passively listen to during sleep with my conscious mind. Even if I only remember a few words, it is a small step forward, and over time, it builds naturally. After mentally reviewing, I like to repeat a few simple sentences out loud. For example, I might say, "Good morning. Today is a sunny day." Or, "I am ready for a productive day." Speaking out loud immediately after waking reinforces memory and improves pronunciation. It is also a gentle way to start practicing English without pressure. This morning review is simple and short, but it sets a positive tone for the day. By combining passive listening at night and light speaking in the morning, I slowly strengthen both listening and speaking skills. Over days and weeks, I notice that my mind recognizes more English phrases and I feel more confident when listening to conversations or watching videos. This habit makes learning natural and part of everyday life. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode. I hope you found my daily routine helpful and learned how simple habits can help you improve your English listening, even while you sleep. Remember, the key is consistency. Small steps every day, like listening to English audio softly at night and reviewing mentally in the morning, can make a big difference over time. Learning English while sleeping is not a magic trick, but it is a natural and relaxed way to let your brain absorb the language without stress. Combining this with regular practice during the day, like speaking and thinking in English, makes your learning even stronger. If you enjoyed this video and found it useful, please like this video and subscribe to English Podcast Journey for more daily tips. Your support helps me continue creating helpful content every day. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and your English will improve step by step.